It is a post from another subreddit, from which this has already been removed by the author's father, originally about an entitled child. I was at Walmart with my mum, and some 17-yo, let's call him MF, had some teddy bear. MF literally stated that he was 17, and he had to give it to his sister, which was nowhere near here. I don't even think there was a sister. My mom asked him for the toy kindly, but he was such a snob that he couldn't just give a 12-year-old a toy. Here's how it went. Mom, hello, may I have your toy? My daughter would really love it. MF, oh, sorry I already paid for it. You can find it in the toy section. Me, how old are you, Mr. MF, that's unimportant. This is for my little sister. Mom, can't you just buy a new toy? I don't mean to be rude, but you can afford it. You see, my mom actually has to pay for rent and food, and so many things already. Why can't she just get a toy for free? This guy probably still lived with his parents anyway. Mayo. MF, can't you? You seem to have some stuff in your cart already. Mom, yes, but I can barely afford this. Please just help a poor single mother out. MF, no, go away. At this point, I start getting angry. Me, excuse me, sir? MF, yes, me, give me your effing toy, you don't deserve it. Takes it and runs with my mom. MF starts running towards us, attracting tons of attention to us. Before being able to run outside the store, someone stops us. Why are you running from that man? Mom, this man is trying to steal our toy. Please help. Me, yeah. He doesn't even need it. Gives MF a look, making him angrier. MF, I paid for that toy for my sister. I have the receipt. Me and my mom were forced to give that toy to him for some reason. She said we had to go now. This guy didn't deserve that toy, and neither does his so-called sister. I lost a few brain cells reading that. The person who wrote this, their father took control of their account. BTW also thinks that school shootings are natural selection. When my ex and I got together, she had a very small business. I offered to help her expand it, an offer she jumped on, of course, as I could see it was a good opportunity for our new family, and I'm good at that type of thing. The more I worked and grew her company, the less she worked, and the more she spent. Travel, restaurants, gifts, Nana housekeeper, etc. It was pathetic, staying in bed until noon, up late on social media, drama. The nanny took care of the house and kids. The business was bringing in $75,000 per month, was about $10,000 per month, before I started helping out. She's now averaging only about 3 days of work per month. Obviously, I addressed the situation with her several times, and then she's calling an abusive sob. For the record, I was always very kind and supportive of her and her family, never abusive at all in any fashion, and, in hindsight, she was actually very abusive to me. Verbally, psychologically, physically. But I was real man, I can take it. She's not like this all the time. Blah, blah, freaking blah. She cuts me out of the now very successful business. Takes over. Claims a monkey can do what I did. Soon after this, she files police reports, falsely accusing me of abusing her older daughter. Police and CFS are involved. Because of the very serious nature of the false allegations, I have to move out. It takes a year before I can see my daughter again. Court, police and CFS are satisfied the allegations are false. I'm allowed access. Another false allegation is made, and another, and another, and another. CFS and police investigations ensue. All false. I opened up my home and entire life to them. I had done nothing wrong. I had nothing to hide. They were allowed access to anything they wanted, anytime they wanted. Unannounced was fine too. I drove the investigation forward. They start looking at her now. Emotional abuse of the kids. I think what helped me a lot was when they asked me to take a lie detector test and I agreed to on the condition that she had to as well. She refused and they never asked again. Suddenly, she wants to talk about getting back together. I've been hearing that her business has suffered horribly since she took over, and she's been blacklisted from many customers. It failed, and she'd like to work for me. My reply was not what she wanted to hear. F you. Allegations continue. All false. And CFS realizes it. CFS seizes the kids from her. Now my daughter is with me, full time. Mother can't see her without CFS supervision. Court imposed psych assessment reveals she has a nasty psychological disorder, must get years of treatment. Oh well, too bad, so sad. I'm one of the few guys out there that gets awarded child support. But, she's on welfare now in an effort to avoid paying support. Obviously that's in the best interest of the child. Quite the difference in lifestyle I suspect. There's more, a lot more. Even worse for her. But I can't say much without identifying people involved. I'll keep this brief. A few weeks ago I was out shopping with my mom at our local Target. Target you nasty, and like most people who enter Target on a Saturday, I immediately lost all track of time and space and ended up in the clearance clothes area. Minding my own business, looking for some sweet $12.47 cardigans. You know the drill. There is a family near me, 2 M's, maybe an entitled aunt, and several X about 9 to 12 years old, who I'm aware of because they are quite loud, running, screeching, etc. Whatever, Target and clearance cardigans get people excited. Hell, I'm excited. It's totally cool. Until I'm quietly browsing through the racks and a hand grabs my ankle. Now I'm the one doing the screeching, but of course it's one of the X. He's laughing, so proud of scaring me, and his amazing joke. And because I'm generally a nice, pleasant gremlin, I laugh with him and make eye contact with M1 in a sort of kids will be kids kind of way. Fast forward about 6 minutes later when something large and the size of a 12-year-old slams into my back, grabs me hard around the waist from behind, and generally knocks the wind out of me. This is a problem for 2 reasons. The first being that I fell off my horse and was trampled by him 5 days ago. I ride horses competitively, hunter jumpers if you're curious, and it wasn't his fault, and he was very sorry. This necessitated a ride in an ambulance, a fractured pelvis, and most importantly, the second problem, 4 very broken ribs. This happy excursion to Target was actually my first time out of the house in 5 days and my first day without crutches, so I was moving pretty gingerly. It turns out Ek1 was apparently so emboldened by his hilarious grabbing the lady's ankle joke that he decided to get a running start and slam into me from the back, while simultaneously grabbing my waist and screeching. I'm horrified and immediately in horrible, lightning in front of your eyes style pain. It hurt so effing bad. I shoved the still laughing Ek off of me and looked straight at the M who was standing no further than 3 feet in front of me while this was going on. She's laughing. Ek1 is so cute and funny. I managed to scream, literally, scream. I have 4 broken ribs, don't touch me. She does nothing. I'm struggling to keep standing upright at this point and start calling for my mom to come help me. 60, not super great at hearing, but please don't tell her I told you. She rushes over. I manage to tell her what happened. We are both looking at M and now yay, expecting at best an apology, or at worst just bare acknowledgement that just happened. But, nothing. M and EA grab the X and bail. Meanwhile I'm barely upright, and having trouble breathing. My wonderful mom helps me out to the car. We go home, empty-handed, no clearance cardigans, no Tupperware, no light bulbs, no peanut butter, and 4 hours later I'm still in bad shape, leading to another visit to the ER and the knowledge that my ribs were apparently fusing, but had been refractured very slightly. I just wanted a cardigan. So today me and my so were sitting in a sushi restaurant. It's quite large and open plan so there are tables freestanding in the middle. The 2 of us had a table for 4, since it wasn't busy, and because the restaurant is right on a Pokestop, we were playing Pokemon Go on our phones. I have a second account on a different phone, so we had 3 phones sitting on the table, to catch whatever we lured in. There's kids around. I don't pay much attention until one of them, a boy of IDK maybe 7, comes up to the table and asks if he can have the spare phone and play for a while. F no. I politely told him it's mine, but based on his sour expression I already knew this wasn't over. His family is behind me so my so kept an eye. He beelined for his mother, a level 100 Karen, and said something to her, pulling her over. My so warned me, and I realized I didn't have long to do something. There were only 2 or so rows of tables behind us, and it would only take her so long to heft her rather large behind over to us. I do the first thing I can think of, close Pokemon and open a new browser tab, then literally just Google naked pornster and leave the search sitting on the phone there, my normal phone in my pocket. My so put is away too, I think. Then I hear them coming. She was semi-quietly assuring him that yes, he could play with the lady's phone, it's for kids, while he was sort of fake crying IDKTBH. I'm prepared for the worst when, instead of the tap on my shoulder I was expecting, there's just this huge gasp of shock and outrage behind me. I'm actually sad I had my back to this, but apparently she saw what was on the phone before she even got to me and just grabbed the kid by the arm and dragged him back to their table, whisper shouting about how he was never playing anything ever again. The kid sobbing for real now. Me and my cell were quietly laughing tears the rest of the time they were there. It was fantastic. The only downside was that the waiter saw my Google search before I put it away and just gave us funny looks the entire time. Still worth avoiding the M. So for any future EMOC encounters I can highly recommend porn as a deterrent. Thank you for watching. Slap that like button and comment your opinion on these stories below. I'm waiting. Write that comment. Seriously. Have you written it yet? If you don't comment, you make a bunny cry somewhere. You're not that kind of person, I know. Anyways, peace out, and catch you tomorrow.